everybody. I'm Henry Cronqvist, and I'm the Dean of the Argus College of Business and Economics at Chapman University here in Southern California. And today we have the pleasure of talking to one of our graduates, Ari Jogiel, and he is making a mark as an entrepreneur in the fashion industry. And so we will learn about his career path here today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tori Nguyen. I am the class of 2026 here representing the student population, and I'm the Ardros College of Business and Economics Senator. Let's kick it off with our first question to Ari and talk about his website. It is so inspiring, it's so colorful, and it's quite colloquial in a way. So Ari, can you please tell us a little bit about how you outreach a company? Maybe it started small and then it began to expand so much. Please talk about your marketing or things that students can even do on their own social media.
Yeah, so I started my company almost 7 years ago, and to me, every single detail is very important because like it's these small details that make the bigger picture work. So in our industry, we're very attention to detail. So we wanted to make sure that we had like the best representation of who we are as a company in our website, because at the end of the day, like for new clients, that's how we represent it, and that's how it's our opportunity to speak to them, and yeah, so that's why that's we put a lot of intention and a lot of detail into the preparation of our website.
So Ari, the branding that you're using is fabulous. It's interesting. So you brand yourself under Made in freaking Los Angeles. So how did you come up with that? So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when I moved to Los Angeles 8 years ago, I was living in a loft here in downtown LA, and I had a roommate. And I remember talking to Jeremy, my roommate at the time, and I told him, I'm starting a company to design and manufacture for other brands, because I learned how this industry works and how to take a concept all the way to a finished product. So I think I can be good at helping other brands get off the ground. And I remember telling him that I just didn't want to keep it as Made in Los Angeles. Like I wanted to put an exclamation mark on the slogan. So I decided to call it Made in freaking Los Angeles, and that's where the word freaking, that it's big part of our marketing was born.
That's really great. So after all of that, in terms of building and where your life is now, let's jump back into the past and try to figure out what Chapman did to help you. So can you tell us a little bit about maybe classes that you took or clubs that you can join, and maybe things still exist now that students can also join as well?
Yes, of course. So I was a transfer student to Chapman. So I went to a junior college in San Diego. And when I went to tour universities, as soon as I arrived to Chapman, I had a friend that was enrolled at Chapman give me a tour, and it felt like home. Like I loved everything about it. Like the two biggest things that I was looking for at school was, to have a good business program and to have a good soccer team. So I went into Chapman, and besides the campus being beautiful, like those requirements were met. And like the playing in the soccer team was a huge thing for me. Like I made a lot of good friends until today, like I still keep in touch with. And also like the professors, like I think there were like a lot of good courses that I took at Chapman that shaped me as an entrepreneur. And also like having one-on-one conversations with my professors, since the classes are so small, like it helped me to like pick their brain, ask them about their experience in business, like questions, because at the time I was starting a company as well. So, like it really helped me with that. So I was able to learn a lot from them, and, position me for success for my company.
That's great. With soccer and business, that's all you need. That's a good starting point, right? That's what attracted you to come in here. So there's always this debate about entrepreneurship. Are you born an entrepreneur? If that's something that you can learn in school, and maybe it's a little bit about both. How do you think about that? And what are some of the things that you think someone can learn in college, in school, that would be helpful for them as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I mean, I think a lot of people are born entrepreneurs, and you have it in your blood. like I think to me the biggest thing is being able to take risk and being comfortable with that, because there is a lot of pressure for sure. But I also, I think we're all a work in progress, and we keep getting better every day at what we do. So if you take a look at it from that perspective, like with Chapman, like it's, like it gave me a really strong foundation. My work ethic keeps getting better, and Chapman gave me like a big push on that. To be diligent with my work, and to be able to be resourceful and find solutions to challenges.
That's really great. So in terms of the student life and things like that, what do you think is the one thing that kicks off your career the most? Is it a good internship? Is it good grades in school? I know it comes all in a package and it would be great to have it all, but if you could pick one thing, could you please tell us and explain on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's on a case by case, because everyone has different scenarios. But to me, like, I think the number one is networking. I think it's very important when you're in college, like, to build a strong network, have connections, because you never know, when life is going to cross paths again. And, for sure, like, having good grades always helps. And, in my case, when I wanted to pursue like further education, like having good grades at Chapman was a big plus. And like just getting as much experience as you can, internships, even having like a part-time job, just soaking in as much as you can to, to follow, whatever your career passions are.
So you have this beautiful space that I visited recently in downtown LA, the sort of the fashion district that is there. And that's where you're building your business now, Ari, and also building your team. So, when you're building out a team, what are some of the things that you're looking for as you're building out? Your company is not a huge company, it has thousands of employees, but every team member is like super, super important. So what are some of the things that you're looking for when you build out a team?
Yeah, so I think in our space, fashion is very competitive, it's very fast-paced. And when you take in consideration that our company is very hungry and very ambitious for growth, like it really takes a specific person to join our team. So, we're looking for A players, people that, like are passionate about fashion, people that know how to work in a team, and have like very good problem solving skills, because there is always things that come up, and it's our job to minimize risk and to overcome challenges. So that's the kind of profile that I look for when I'm hiring employees.
Just as a quick follow-up there, if I may, if you also look out for the next 5 to 10 years as you're building your company, as you're building your team, where do you wish to be with your company 5 to 10 years from now, Ari?
Yeah, so to me, choosing to make garments in Los Angeles, it's huge, because I could easily make them anywhere else in the world I want, but I'm passionate and driven to make them here because of the story, because of the people working behind the sewing machines. And like when you get a garment that says made in Los Angeles or made in freaking Los Angeles, like it has a lot of weight behind it. So I want to make made in freaking Los Angeles slogan go worldwide. We already have clients in Europe that we're working with, but like I want people more and more to be appreciative and understanding of what it means to have a garment made in Los Angeles versus a garment made anywhere else in the world.
That's really great. And to wrap up this interview, can we kick it off with one piece of advice that you would give to students trying to enter the work world?
Yeah, so I would just tell every student, to never give up. Like it might be difficult, especially at first. And it might not always be sunny and perfect, and everything works out right, but you need to persevere and make sure that like you're pushing yourself to keep growing, and things will work out. And when you look back at the early days, you're going to be very thankful and appreciate every single effort that you put in.
That's great. You have an amazing personal journey, Ari, from the city of Mexico City, then through actually the cornfields of Illinois, ultimately to Chapman, and now you're in downtown Los Angeles building this company, Made in Freaking Los Angeles. And it's been great talking to you today, and we wish you the very best and looking forward to following your success going forward as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.